guys, welcome to my channel. I'm the Savvy Daughter and I'm so glad that you guys are here today. We have had a really hot and rainy week, and those two things combined equal really big plant growth. My vegetables are growing pretty quickly, and especially some of my cucumber plants I've noticed are doing really well. They're sending off runners, and a few of them even have blooms. They're thriving. So today, it's time to get a trellis built for my growing cucumbers. They need to start growing upwards instead of outwards, and I want to show you guys how I'm going to build a really simple and pretty easy trellis for my cucumbers. I think it'll work pretty well, and you can use this trellis for all kinds of things, all kinds of vegetables or even flowers, whatever you want to use it for. So come along with me today and let's get started. If y'all decide that you want to build this kind of trellis, you're going to need two things. You're going to need T-posts and you're going to need this netting that I'm holding. The amount of T-posts that you need is going to differ depending on how long of a stretch of trellis you're trying to build. My stretch of trellis is around 10 to 12 feet long, so I've driven 3 T-posts into the ground. That's already done. My dad helped me with that last night, and I'm going to be hanging up my netting on these 3 T-posts. I'm going to be using zip ties to hang my netting up as well, so you'll need zip ties if you decide that you'd like to do this. Now, I wanted to basically just tell y'all the description of what this netting is on Amazon so that y'all can find it for yourself, but this thing that I'm holding is called white trellis netting, heavy-duty garden trellis netting, plant support, garden net for climbing vegetables, fruits, and flowers. Apparently, it's made out of something called polypropylene, and I think, I'm probably not saying that right. I'll just have it popped up on the screen, but I don't know exactly what that means, but I think this is going to work pretty well for what I need it to do, which is support my cucumbers, and it's supposed to support pretty much anything that you could need it to support. The size that I bought is 5 feet tall and 60 feet long. You can buy it in a whole lot of different sizes, and it was just $15, so it's a really affordable option, and I think it's going to be pretty easy to put up. So yeah, you're going to need this netting, and you're going to need some T-posts and some small zip ties. It's pretty simple. Alrighty, I want to make sure that I can unroll this stuff pretty easily before I start trying to put it up. Okay, I got my trellis unrolled, and that was super simple. I've got my zip ties. Now, all I gotta do is get it attached to my T-posts. When I unrolled this, I thought it was kind of crazy because it's so compact on the ground, but if you grab one side of this netting, it just spreads out real easy-like, and it's gonna be 5 feet tall easily. Alrighty, this is going up real simply. I got it fastened on one pole, and then I'm just gonna come to the middle and pull it tight at the bottom. This stuff is kind of interesting because it's really, really flexible, which is a good thing when you're trying to put it up for sure. But it's just, you gotta make sure that it's straight. Also make sure you're doing your zip ties the right way. I'm gonna pull it tight, take my zip tie, and all right, pull my zip tie tight. Now I'm going to come down to the other end, the far end, see if I can't get the bottom pulled tight and everything down here. Go back to the middle. I'm just adjusting everything as I go. When you're putting this up, you just want to make sure that it's, not as tight as you can get it. There's no reason to have like a guitar string tight net, but make sure that it's tight, that it's up like you want it to as you go. All right, I've got a very close to approximate length on my netting now, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off the roll. Just cutting it with scissors. Real easy and simple to cut. There we go. The middle may just have to sag a bit because my middle T-post is just shorter than my others. I can't do much about that. I think that's pretty close to being done. It'd be nice if I had some sod pins, some ground stakes to stake the bottom down. I don't think I have any of those. I could look though, and I could certainly get some. That would probably improve it. Okay, let's cut the extra off of this side now. This could use a couple more zip ties. Certainly. Good. And one last thing I'm going to do is just cut all of the extras off of my zip ties. That gives this thing a nice, clean, complete look. Putting my netting up was pretty simple, but I want to show y'all how I kept it straight and tight as I went. I started at the bottom corner and then pulled tight to the middle and then pulled tight to the other end, all the way on the bottom. I followed a line. You see this line right here? This one line? I followed it and made sure that it went straight all the way up the post. That same line stays all the way up and down my post. And I fastened it just like this on this one end, and then pulled it to the middle, and then pulled it to the other end. And I kept on my lines. You need to find a line to keep your netting straight, and keep the line straight. If your line stays straight on the pole, then your net is up straight. It's not all that important for your net to be super straight. I mean, it's not like the cucumbers really care. They just need something to grow on, but it makes it look nicer, and it makes it pull tight, which makes it strong. So that's how I keep everything straight and sturdy. My trellis is done. It was really simple. Putting the netting up didn't take me very long at all. I did it completely alone, and it was easy. So this is a simple, good trellis that you guys can build on your own, and it doesn't cost very much at all. Not to mention the fact that I still have a whole lot of netting left over since I bought 60 feet of it, so I can do any more trellising that I'm going to need to do this year with the same roll of netting. This all went really well, so now let's take my cucumber plants and see if I can't get them pointed in the right direction up my trellis. This is my largest cucumber plant. He's got one vine that's already pointing in the correct direction as far as growing up my trellis, and then this other vine is really long, and I'm going to just kind of try to be gentle, point it this way, like that. There we go. And now he'll be able to start growing upwards. And then my second cucumber plant, my second largest cucumber plant, can kind of just go straight through there and start growing upwards as well. Very good. This one was the first to bloom. Okay, and then I've got 5 other cucumbers that aren't large enough yet for their vines to quite reach my trellis. So I'll give them a few more days, and then I'll be ready to get them growing upwards as well. So that's the end. This is how you build a really simple trellis for your vegetables or any other plants to grow on. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. My cucumbers are going to keep growing now. They're going to go up my trellis. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I hope that this video was helpful. If y'all are just looking for an easy trellis to build, this is a very easy and I believe a good way to do it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.